In the UK, from my latest research, it indicates that persons who present at A&E, from the time that they appear at A&E and are seen by a physician or a consultant, it can be anything between 4 hours and 6 hours. In Gibraltar, thankfully, the position is very different, and somebody who attends A&E from that moment to the moment that he or she is seen by a consultant or physician, the time oscillates between 1 hour and a few minutes and 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Now, these are average waiting times, but inevitably some people may have to wait for longer than these average times.
That's exactly correct. And I have made the point before that if anybody has to wait for more than 1 hour and 30 minutes from the moment they arrive at A&E to be seen by a physician, then I need to be told directly, and I've asked people to email me directly with their cases. And only on Sunday I did receive a message to say that a person's mother had to wait for over 2.5 hours before she was seen. So you're absolutely right, these are average times, but the only way that we can improve the system as the GHA and as the ministry is if people, when they do experience a delay of more than 1.5 hours, that they do contact us directly for us to be able to investigate the reasons why.
And of course, these statistics represent the time between arriving at A&E and being seen by a consultant, but some people may have to wait longer to be admitted to wards.
The average time for a person to arrive at A&E and to either be discharged or to be admitted to a ward is around 2 hours and 20 minutes and 2 hours and 30 minutes. But Jonathan, I think that we need to put in context the fact that in the UK, 20 NHS trusts have called for black alerts. There have been children being waited to be treated at A&E on the floor. They've treated pensioners in the UK in closet rooms because there was not enough space at the NHS. And of course, in Gibraltar, thankfully, that is not at all happening, and it has to be said that since the measures that we introduced in December last year as a result of the surge of patients of over 75 which presented with critical illnesses,
Talking about 15 extra beds.
we are talking about an average of 12 to 15 available beds every day. And the wonderful thing about that, of course, is that there have only been, at a time when ordinarily there are between 90 to 100 operations cancelled in January and February, this year there have only been 3 elective surgeries cancelled, which shows that the measures that we've introduced have had a hugely beneficial impact on the ability of the GHA to proceed with emergency operations and elective surgery operations.
The statistics presented in Parliament show that 44% of all patients at St Bernard's Hospital are either elderly or dementia patients. So will this statistic improve?
Absolutely, because by the end of March, as the Chief Minister announced in his New Year's message, there will be the dementia elderly home up and running. There will be 52 beds in the new dementia home. And in addition, you will recall that I announced that we will add 24 beds to Mount Alvernia. So as a result of those 52 and 24 beds, the elderly persons currently at the GHA, which may present with dementia, but also those who do not, will be transferred to the appropriate elderly institution. That will mean that the priority and the policy of the government, which is to make the hospital a hospital for acute admissions and operations, will in fact be achieved over the next 4 months.